know what I saw the other day on Instagram that was like, that's a good idea.
Tell us about it.
If they do a live action Peter Pan the right way, Scarlett Johansson for Tinkerbell.
Aw.
Wouldn't she be like perfect?
Yeah,
She can really pull off the pixie cut and blonde and everything.
They would just make her very small.
And she's got the right figure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still waiting for it to out there.
Scarlett has to do that first.
Yeah, before it's just get that done. Come on, you're jumping around to Jurassic Park now. Come on.
She's got to get a paycheck.
Yeah, she doesn't have enough money.
She's got to keep that health insurance.
I think she's the highest paid actress of all time at this point.
Wouldn't surprise me, but I think Zoe Saldana is the one who...
she's made the most money.
She has like movies. The most highest box office gross.
Ian McKellen's up there too, because he's at X-Men and Lord of the Rings, and obviously apt pupil.
Where do you think Demi Lovato stands?
Box office she's brought in?
Does she even have a box office, like, movie theater?
Has she been in like a movie that's been released in theaters?
No, I think she's filming one right now.
Oh, no. We're going to see now. We'll see, Demi. We'll see.
We can't back down.
You can't call her Demi because that's just Demi Moore. It has a lock on that name. You have to say Demi Lovato. Like if you're like, Demi, now it's Demi Moore.
I think it depends on who you're talking to.
Oh, it's a generational thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that meme of like, that's Sean Astin from Stranger Things. And they're like, that's Sean Astin from Lord of the Rings, you. And then they're like, that's Sean Astin from Goonies, you turd.
I feel like for me, Demi, like you'd have to specify Demi Lovato or Demi Moore. But like for my mom, she's just going to think Demi Moore, you know?
My
but
mom
then
would
like.
If you said Demi, I would never go to Demi Lovato.
But then like. Somebody
younger.
like my analyst at work, if you said Demi, she'd probably think Lovato.
Yeah.
You know.
That may make sense.
So she's like 10 years younger.
To lead us into this journey, the champagne's been popped. The wine is flowing. You know where we're going. We're going on a backlot tour. And I'm your tour guide, Captain Zach. So he always says beans.
Or Jana.
And we have a special guest back again
special
for more
girl.
Punishment for this movie. What are we here talking about?
Camp Rock 2.
The sequel that never should have been made.
The final jam.
That made it sound like it was like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. Like, no way.
We're shutting this down right now.
Shut it down. No one likes this. Like, this is 2010, right?
Yes.
Is that what we figured out? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I did not enjoy this movie, and we saw it twice.
Unfortunately.
And it just kind of washed over me, and I forgot everything immediately.
So we watched it the first time a couple months ago, and then like we pretty much all ended up getting sick, our kids getting sick, so we couldn't record. And this is like the first time that we've all had available. And it is such a forgettable movie that we had to watch it again
like
before recording now.
My notes didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I was just like, what was I talking about?
My first note is, how is this an hour and 41 minutes?
It was oh my gosh.
It was long. I didn't even finish it the second time I watched it because I was like, I don't need to finish it.
I get
we
it.
got to introduce Tia Quesadilla though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it's our special girl, Cassidy.
Or Tia Quesadilla.
Yeah.
Out here.
I like the way you say Tia, like correctly. Correctly.
Tia Quesadilla. Okay, we can jump right into this, right?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Okay, so it starts with her driving with her mom to camp, right? That's how it starts.
Yeah. They jumped like right in with the second camp, no pomp or circumstance.
And immediately they pass a sign for Camp Star. And she's like, and the music is ominous. And it's like dun, dun, dun. And you're like, immediately she's mad. And I'm like,
she's so angry.
Also, like the other thing is like the camp counselor dude is like, wait, there's another camp. I'm like, you would have seen construction for years for the way that place was set up.
Yeah.
It would have been there for years.
Nothing.
Like it was
nothing holds up to reality in this movie.
It was across the street.
I do wonder though, like with camps, you know, that they are specifically just summer camps. Is anybody going to like maintain them or check on them like throughout the year?
I don't know. I don't like theirs was high tech looking. So you had to have someone keeping that unlocked.
Well, I'm talking about Camp Rock.
Well, Camp Rock is like a real.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like a real actual camp. Like, so would people be going to check on those log cabins?
I think you have to have like a caretaker there. But for the Camp Star, they actually like read the
then
equipment.
Maybe the caretaker doesn't care.
Oh man.
And wouldn't be informing the guy.
But like they acted like they're like, how is this? I'm like, no one saw construction. There would have been like cranes and stuff for some of those buildings. I feel like they were like fancy looking buildings,
air conditioned like hotel rooms. Yeah,
we have air conditioning, which I mean at camp that is a real thing.
They had like a whole
to not have air conditioning.
They had like a whole stage and stuff like that. I'm like, how did you guys not know this is being built for like several years? It would have been there for Camp Rock 1. It would have been being built.
Mm-hmm.
They just built that in like a month and be like, oh, Camp Star's here. It's like like I was like, that's a gaping plot
Maybe
hole.
they just put the sign out. So
hold on. I just want to make sure that.
Okay, so when they get there though, and they like get to their cabin and everything, and then Tessa's just like, guess nobody misses me. My first thought though, she looks like Bobo Taylor Swift.
Bobo Taylor Swift.
Like
she does, yeah.
Like we have Taylor Swift at home.
Yeah.
You know?
She does kind of like give off Taylor Swift looking vibes. She is a mean girl though.
She is a mean girl.
Like she immediately like is just like, I guess no one cares about me. And you're like,
yeah.
Also, are you guys like good friends? Like you guys were like awful to each other at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Except for like, they're like, oh, they all split apart. And then they're like, well, I guess no one's caring. Like, you Instagram all the time. We don't care about you. We know what you're doing.
Tess, like, she was awful this whole movie too. So
until the end again.
Yeah.
Like the end of the first one, she was just like, oh, I guess my mom doesn't like, oh my God, you're insufferable. Mm-hmm. And they're like, I guess we have to be friends with her. Yeah. So I don't know. She was just immediately just.
Okay. Moving on. My next question is.
I have a lot of questions.
Why are they taking the Jonas Brothers? Why are they taking a tour bus to camp? Like last year it was a limo, and now it's a tour bus. And it gets a flat. Nobody can change it, and then it just flips over. Like that would not.
The tire
happen.
like pops off.
The tires.
My note was, would physics allow for this? Like, can that happen?
It was just like,
no,
hey,
I don't think so.
My note for this was the bus didn't even want to be in this movie. It was like, peace out, I'm leaving. I was just like, when that happened, I was just like, I don't understand. That probably cost a nice chunk of change, and it wasn't good or funny or moved the plot. They came in like a truck, I guess. And I'm like, no one cares that you're there. How big is Connect 3? How big is this band?
Oh my, when you said Connector, I was like, what is Connect 3?
Their band.
It was on the bus. And like, I was like, is that the name of the band?
Or
and then like
the bus name.
If you have a tour bus with like rap like that, I feel like it's a big act, but like the campers didn't care that they were there. Mm-hmm. How popular are they?
I mean, in the first movie, they were like
super
the band.
Excited. Like, I think it's just because maybe people expect them to be there now.
Oh.
I don't know.
Lame. They're like, oh, it's the Connect 3 boys. We don't care.
Yeah.
What's the third one's name again? Kevin? Oh, Kevin. He was still the worst in this. He gets there and like, wait, where are we right now in the plot? They get there. There's Demi Lovato's just like, I've been working on something. And then she like says like, she sings one line of a song, and everyone's like, "That is so good,
so amazing."
They're like, "This is the best thing I've ever heard." And she's like, "I'm just working on it." And then they proceed to bust out and do a whole song and dance of the entire song, and I'm just like, "Okay."
And you're like, I could definitely see that first song though being like a summer teen anthem when it came out.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. People probably really liked it. She also like is a good singer.
She is.
I mean, she has a really nice voice.
Okay, this is the other question I have for this whole thing.
The drummer is not mute.
Okay.
I know we thought that in the first movie.
It's not what my question
He's
was.
immediately talking.
This is the question. Okay, so they bust down into this summer bop that you said, and it's fully fleshed out, fully choreographed. Why do they need to practice for Final Jam ever if that's what they can pull off? What's the point?
1 minute.
They're
yeah.
Like, everyone knows what to do. Everyone's just doing their thing and dancing and being perfect. And I'm just like, what's the point? What is this? Is this in someone's head? Is this imaginary? Like everyone knows the lyrics.
I don't think you can question those things with musicals.
I don't know. But they're busting their ass to like do the rest of like, that's fun. We gotta do like Demi Lovato's like, we have to do like,
you're jumping way far
I know,
ahead.
but I'm just saying like, what was the point of practicing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if they can pull something off that quickly, what are they practicing? What are they practicing?
What are you doing?
That's the whole. That's like my whole thing with Camp Rock is that they don't learn anything. They just show up and they're like already aligned on their work.
They got their ass handed to them.
Yeah.
I also
they were
the
trash.
choreography though of that I did not enjoy, and they're all wearing flats.
Like that was the style.
Flats really like gave me the ick. Like they're all just like.
Yeah,
it's always
shifting
the same.
their feet around in flats.
Yeah, it's just shifting feet. I feel like that's a dance. It's just like
it was just very the fashion, the flats, the necklaces, everything just screamed 2010.
Yeah, like peak Disney Channel fashion. Like
yeah,
wait,
not mad at it, but
yeah.
We also found out there's like over 100 DComs. Like I was like, I thought there was like 20.
They used to churn them out like monthly.
Yeah.
Well, I looked at the list. I was like, I haven't heard of all these. This is a well we need to go back to.
Yeah,
there's some really bad ones.
Well, we're getting digressing, but I do agree though that Kevin Jonas still has the worst lines in acting in this, and
his are terrible.
It's like the writing and acting as a whole has gotten like way worse in this movie. Just in the first like 20 minutes, it was apparent.
What's the which one's Joe and which one's Nick again?
Joe's the older one who's into Demi.
That's Shane.
Yeah.
Okay. So Joe in this one, they're like, we gotta hide your eyebrows, man. Like they put that hair over them the whole time.
Again, that was just a style.
It was like caterpillars gonna kiss. That's what it looked like earlier in the first one. So I was like, man, they covered that up quickly.
What bothered me was when they go to Camp Star for that opening night thing, and Kevin just takes this kid's camera, trying to take pictures and stuff, and the kid's like, no, and then he drops it in the lake. I don't know. It just made me so angry.
That would break.
It was like why would he do that?
2010. It's like that's still like $1,000 camera.
Yeah.
It's like, and this kid's just like, that was like my one true like item that I loved, and you just dropped it in the lake. Mm-hmm. It would not work after that, by the way. There's no way that's going to work.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah. Speaking
You're
of
not finding that either.
Opening night, once again, all of the backup dancers are like in their 40s. It drives me insane.
Creepy.
It's so weird.
Also,
it's so weird.
Hold on. Kevin, I said Kevin Stills the worst, falls off the boat. Oh, man. During this performance, I wrote down the bracelets nonsense, and I didn't know what that meant. And I'm glad we rewatched it because I was like, oh, she flings the bracelet and it hits him in the eye, and then he makes a big deal about it.
My note there was, how would that bracelet even hit Nick?
It was
like,
fake.
There's no
it's
way.
Impossible. They break the laws of physics in
they
this
love
movie
each other.
Often.
It's true love.
Anything for love.
It's like
it's fate.
If the dad wants them to not date, he should have like supported it. This is one way of like getting them to date immediately. It's like, I don't want you seeing that boy anymore. She's like, I'm gonna see him.
I'm gonna date him harder.
This guy's a huge pop star, apparently. Why would he be mad at that?
Because he goes to Camp Rock.
Camp Rock.
Yeah, and he's related
to Brown, which is his first name, by the way. I didn't realize that until this movie. His first name is Brown.
What?
Yeah,
who?
The camp counselor.
Oh, the guy from the band?
Like the main guy of Camp Rock,
also,
Brown.
I want to know like what the level of success of
like
their band was.
in real life or in the movie?
The movie, his character's name is Brown.
Wow.
That's weird.
And I always thought in Camp Rock 1 that was his first name. But then they refer to him as like Brown something something from their like band from before. And then it was just weird to me.
I want to know the level of success of his band also. Because like some of this stuff is vague. I'm like, were they popular? Is this like AC/DC? Or is this like, I don't even know. Like the Killers? Like what's your level here?
I mean, if they're like, if he has a summer camp, I feel like it probably wasn't that big.
But the other guy
or
has a summer
it's big
camp.
enough for him to have a summer camp.
Yeah.
The other guy seems like a baller, and he's got a summer camp. That seems like the thing to do now. It's like, what do you do when you're a rock star? You're like, summer camp, obviously.
Also, he's wearing sunglasses at night, and that just drove me absolutely.
And they were so small.
Yeah.
But like, also, that's the other unrealistic thing. Like, if he's some big, important music producer, like, why is he there?
He wouldn't be there at all.
Yeah, he would have like somebody.
I mean, he might pay for
charge.
it, but he would not be running it himself.
I think he wanted
be there
to show
at all.
that guy that like, hey, I'm going to put you out of business. This is his whole game, was putting that guy out of business, I think.
The villain.
So maybe he paid more to have it secretly built. And then they're like, okay, put the Camp Star.
No cranes.
No cranes. I want you guys building at night. And I want you
like
to.
the pyramids.
It's like, this is like 4 years in the making. This is like ultimate like dick move. And it's like, it doesn't work. Because Camp Rock is obviously successful. Yeah. They had a show. Right? This is went to a show after this.
Yeah. So moving on to when like.
No, I'm not moving.
He offers for the Camp Rock counselors to come over to Camp Star, like a ton of people get up and it's like, where are all these counselors coming from? Like,
We've never seen them before.
We've never seen them before. And with Camp Rock, if they have a staffing shortage,
get on LinkedIn.
Sorry. If they have a staffing shortage,
get people
isn't their camp full and couldn't take on more campers?
Aren't they also like under contract? They've not been paid yet. And it's like these kids have already paid. They're not getting refunded.
Yeah.
You're not refunding for this.
Yeah, like these kids like swapping over. It's just like, and I know Tess is like, my mom said it's fine, but it's just like, in reality, what kids could just move over to that camp because like the Camp Rock counselor is not just going to be cutting this guy a check for whatever that kid's tuition was that he already paid him.
And also,
and there's like contract and agreements of
they need to sign a waiver
fees, and
they also need to be old enough. I think there's some child labor law violations happening.
Oh, all over the place.
With Camp Rockers stepping up to be counselors. I mean, like you definitely have to be 18 plus to be working with kids.
Well, maybe they're just volunteers. They're not getting paid, right?
Generally, though, to volunteer with children at an establishment, you have to be 18.
Yeah, because I don't trust Kevin to like run this. No. Yeah.
Obviously, he didn't do a good job.
He did the best of all of them.
He did do the best out of all of them
also,
as being a counselor.
When they all became, like, first off, the song when they were like,
so much music in this one.
Oh, so much music. Oh, my God. Like, so the song that they were like, we need to step up and like do this.
We can't back down.
It was so aggressive.
Oh my gosh, I have a lot of notes on we can't back down.
They were definitely stepping in that.
Well, it's like
they were not stepping in that.
They were definitely stomping.
They were Donkey Konging. It looked like Donkey Kong moves.
It was the same dance, just like slightly different from every other dance in this whole movie.
It was weird. It was a weird dance.
It was like, oh, the multi-level choreographed dance in a school cafeteria worked really well for High School Musical. Like, let's try it again at Camp Rock, but with Donkey Kong.
Wait, was that in High School Musical?
Yeah, like Status Quo. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so good.
It is good.
Is it?
Yes.
I also wrote down when they all become counselors, all of a sudden no one knew where anything was. And they've been going camp here for a while. They're just like, oh my gosh, where's this thing? Also, I'm like, how do you not know where this is?
When did Camp Rock get a bunch of 8-year-olds?
Also, they have like trumpeters.
The other thing, though, about We Can't Back Down is like when Demi Lovato was talking to Luke, who is like this Chris Brown Neo
Oh, he was so obnoxious.
He was so cringy.
Over the top.
Yeah.
Like, that's Camp Star guy?
Camp Star, like the star of Camp Star. And he's like, I'm here because I want to have an illustrative career or whatever. And she's like, this is summer camp. And then like next frame, she's like, this is so serious. Like we have to beat them. I'm like, well, what is it? Like, is it summer camp or is it like, do we have to beat them?
Michi, what is it?
Just chill. Like, just go to camp.
Just go to camp and have fun. This kid's being a weirdo. No one's going to be watching this. And then they're like, oh, no, we're good.
Okay, well, we're not there yet. You're again.
I didn't jump. She did.
No. Luke is there like right away.
Luke.
Yeah, he's bringing you the fire.
Oh, yeah, that song.
That song was better.
I didn't like it.
Can I say something that everything is trash in this? Oh, actually, no. I like the one where after, maybe it was a duet, the one where they're like rock and roll. I didn't mind that one, actually. With all the Just the Jonas Brothers playing. I didn't mind that.
Oh, yeah.
You like that one? I figured
I was like,
you would
fine.
think it was super cringy.
They were all cringy. That was the less cringy of everything.
Kevin does make his birdhouse in this one.
Yes.
Kevin that stupid
finally.
birdhouse.
Yeah.
Also, Kevin's just with these kids too much.
Why is he sharing a cabin with them?
Yeah, he's like sleeping in the cabin and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, Kevin, no.
I mean,
these kids were like 8.
Although I guess when I went to summer camp, like our counselors were sleeping in the cabins with us too. Safety.
I never went to sleepaway camp, but I guess that's probably how it works.
I went to Bible camp.
Kevin is not a counselor. He's not a counselor. I'm going back to my notes for a second. I got to figure out where I am.
You've been just free balling.
Free balling. Okay. Tess immediately turns.
Yeah, we're past that.
Yeah, hold on. Too many songs.
They're counselors now.
Child labor laws.
Okay, when Nick goes over to spy on the girl from Camp Star and she's playing a piano over the lake.
Why is it there?
What is that about?
Why is it there?
Why is it there?
I
Why
really
is
don't
that where you have to
understand.
dramatically practice your piano playing?
Well, it's like the piano outside is a terrible idea. I wrote that down and said, like, this is the moisture alone is going to destroy this thing in like a month. And
Yeah.
you're also over water. It's
You're
just
gonna
like-
fall.
Yeah.
I also wrote down Kevin looks like he's the tallest yet the shortest of all of them. and I'm not sure what part happened, but I wrote it down.
Okay, but back to the piano. If you go back and like rewatch and just keep an eye out for
I'm not doing
binocular usage, like the
creepo.
frequency of binocular usage in this movie is like completely unrealistic. Like they're using binoculars all the time.
All the time.
Like why do they have binoculars everywhere?
he wants to-
Everyone has them.
He wants
Yeah.
to spy on her. And then they...
Yeah, but like Axel Turner has binoculars at some point.
Who's Axel Turner?
Camp Star Man.
Oh, okay. Axel and Brown. Okay. Axel and Brown.
Axel and
I got
Brown.
it.
Yeah.
One thing that really bothered me with Dana,
One thing? Who's Dana?
the
Axel's
Camp
daughter.
Star
Okay.
girl.
The piano girl.
Yeah.
Piano girl.
Dana's
Bracelet.
piano.
So when
Dana's
she's talking
bracelets.
to Nick and she's like, you want to
Yeah.
hear something embarrassing?
My nerdy
Like,
secret.
And she's like, she wrote his name on her hand and she shows it and it's on her arm. It is clearly on her arm, like wrist area. That just, I don't know. Also,
Yeah.
how do you accidentally write a name?
I actually read it on my
Yeah,
arm.
and it's
on
like
yourself.
thick. It was like
Yeah.
in thick
Yeah.
calligraphy.
Also, like, the
I
dad,
don't-
like, from
you
like...
intentionally write things.
the dad, Axel, was like 30 feet away from her and was like, what's that in your arm? I'm like, there's no way he could see that from there. And also she was like, oh, my nerdy little secret. It's like, I secretly want to be a dancer. I'm like, that's a nerdy
That's like
secret.
a
She's
yeah,
just like,
it's like
I just
cool.
I just want to be a dancer. It's just my nerdy thing. And you're like, and he's just like, I like canoes, but I don't. And I'm like, okay, why'd you lie about that? He's like, I don't know. I'm a weirdo. I got binoculars everywhere.
All right. So,
I wrote one. I don't know what. Log butt wouldn't work. Okay, now I know what that is. That's when they glue his butt to the log and he stands up. And I was like, that would just rip your pants off.
I feel like that was way for. Wait, when was Log Butt?
I don't remember log, but
I remember.
I'm going in
it was
order right now,
cringy.
but it's like they glued his butt to a log, Kevin, and he stands up. He's like, log butt. And I was like, I just wrote log butt. And I was like, what? It's log butt. And I just remembered it.
I must have missed it both times.
Lucky.
Okay, so
This movie.
now we're at the part where Demi is like, we got to show Camp Star what's up. And so they go stepping
They go stepping up.
to Camp Star. And the only thing I could think of, obviously, is the Kardashians.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
just really wish the
really have to have a cut
Kardashians
in this.
were in this.
Me too.
I'm at 1,000%
That's what
better.
would really elevate this movie.
I was like, I wrote down like this movie is moving at like a breakneck speed, and like it's just like the stakes are so low, and it's moving so fast, and just getting like plot point. I was like, man, this is just like, and it's so long and so short at the same time. It's so.
Yeah. So also at this point is when Axel's like, yeah, let's do this and let's televise it. And
This is the stepping
Yeah.
thing.
televising Final Jam is really wild because like
Who cares?
who would watch that? And
Yeah.
and then like too, they're like, he's like Final Jam this Sunday, but the camp is supposed to be like all summer long. So I don't know, it just doesn't add up. The timing doesn't add up.
Nothing adds
But also,
up.
again, when they do the stepping, everyone knows the song. Everyone's highly choreographed.
Even the Camp Star knows the
Camp
song.
Star knows
They
the song. And I'm just like, why does anyone practice? What's the point? You guys are obviously psychic.
You know what got like that song?
Which
And-
one?
The one when
It's
they're
on?
yeah.
You guys know the names of these songs?
And just like when
That's
they
wild.
stop and they're like posing at the end, like Demi
it
looks
for?
like she's about to like punch the guy in the face and like all angry looking, and it's just like, this is cringe.
It's all
This
cringy.
is so much cringe.
I wrote at one point, there's too many songs in this cringe salad. It was just like all, I was just like, oh, I got like third-hand
Like-
embarrassment right now.
They all go on very long too. Like
I'm embarrassed for myself to
so
watch this for a
long.
second time.
yeah, I get secondhand embarrassment from watching Tess dance because she's a very bad dancer, and I just like don't know how she
who's
got.
Tess?
Tess is the mean girl.
the
Okay.
Bobo Taylor
Bobo.
Swift.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Like she can't keep up with anybody else in the cast.
Mm-hmm.
So she must have been a Nepo baby or something. Like how did she get
She
this
is.
role?
She is. Remember her mom was like a big singer or producer?
Yeah, but I mean like the actress of Tess.
Oh, the actual actress.
The actress of Tess. But
You're talking about, like, a Nepo baby in
but
the-
yes, in Camp Rock,
Like,
she's a
real life.
Nepo baby.
I don't know. Has she been in anything else?
I feel like I looked her up at some point. And then I also looked up the girl who like took over wardrobe. They must have really liked her because between Camp Rock 1 and Camp Rock 2, she had like way more lines.
Well,
she was way
like,
more
hey,
involved.
And like Allison Stoner was barely in this one.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. She had no
She does
lines.
like she did.
And she's like probably the more talented one of a lot of these people.
No.
Yeah.
The other girl sewed her scarf to her bra somehow.
I thought that was a weird thing to say.
I was like, why would you say that or do that? Or it's not funny. It's just odd and it's stupid.
How do you do that?
You're dumb. What were you doing when you were sewing this? You're just like,
Because
I
it's
can
like
put my
through
bra
her
strap
shirt.
right here.
You know, it's not like she's
Somehow
wearing a
went through
scarf
it.
and the bra is hanging down from the scarf.
She was sewing it while it was on her body, the scarf. Like, that's how dumb she is.
Yeah.
That's what she did. And you're
I
like,
thought that
Good
was like
thing
a
she's like instructing other people.
yeah, she should not be a camp counselor. This is a safety violation.
Yeah. I also like this movie reminded me like how dramatic teen romance is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So dramatic.
Well, they're like, I was really hoping to spend time with you. I've barely seen you. And she's like, well, this is really important. And I'm like, you're like, is it? I wrote like the
Okay,
stakes have
will
never been
say,
lower.
I really liked their song.
Oh, the Fire and Rain.
That's where all the
Yeah.
that's where all the songwriting talent went. I feel
Yeah.
like it was that one. They're like, put it on this one. This is gonna be our summer bop.
Yeah.
That's it.
Even Alex was like, "Oh, I think I remember this song."
God.
Yeah. I think I remember it from the Disney store.
Yeah, maybe we played it.
Yeah.
This is an
I
important.
know they played a lot of Camp Rock stuff.
Yeah.
in the Disney store.
I wrote at one point, this movie is charmless, and then I said, this is where Michi loses sight of the real reason for Camp Rock, and that's the trope. She's just like, I'm just gonna lose sight, and then she's like, the guys show her the video of like, these are all the summer memories. We have the best summer ever, and they're like, we're playing water blues, da, da, da. And she's like, oh, and then saves everything.
Yeah,
Kevin
well.
saves the day.
I just still want to know how they got this televised. And seriously, like who would be watching? And
Was it supposed to be like an MTV?
I'm sure parents needed to approve their children being on
Right.
TV.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
also like in reality, like this show would be all of 10 minutes for the two bands to perform.
No, they probably
Yeah.
milked it though
and
for a while.
and like how did they get airtime? Because you know that stuff is like
No, it's that
booked
guy.
out
That guy can
for
like
a while.
pull some strings. I think their band is supposed to be huge. We're talking like U2 level
Yeah.
or Taylor Swift level. This guy is the Taylor Swift of.
Speaking of Taylor Swift, by the end, Tess is like really, really looking like she's trying to be that era of Taylor.
That's when did Taylor come out?
Oh gosh, like 2007-ish.
Okay, so she's been
Yeah.
established at that point. Like, was she? How big was she in 2010?
Oh, she was huge.
She was huge since like then.
Since birth.
The
Yeah.
beginning.
Since
Yeah,
birth, she was
like-
huge.
Like, you know, she started in country, and so this was probably like the peak country time, and then she shortly after made the switch to pop and got like even bigger.
But everyone's wearing flats.
Yes.
They're all wearing flats.
Okay. I mean, I wrote Kevin is going to save the day. I don't remember what that was in reference to. And I wrote, why do they need to practice? They all know everything. Like they all are perfect at everything. When they're playing piano, like why were they doing that part? Like how to be a rock star or something like that?
What are you talking about?
Remember that part where they're inside, like it's in like the mess hall and they're like singing that song and like the Jonas Brothers are like, this is how you be a rock star. You get that cool hair and like he's on the piano and they just kicks the chair and it flies away. I'm like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
hope they didn't hit
yeah.
someone, but like it was violently kicking a
I
chair.
think
wonder-
that's part of the song where they're deciding to be counselors.
No, this is way later.
Yeah, this is like the heartthrob, like tweeny girl, like, oh my
Yeah.
God, the Jonas Brothers are like performing a song together.
Oh my gosh,
and they're
it's
like,
so
oh,
good.
you got to be like Mick Jagger. You got to be like,
Yeah.
That's one you said you liked.
No, this is the one before that, and then the after.
Oh.
I don't know.
oh,
I
no,
don't
the
know
song
what
it
before
is.
that is the
It's all washed out on me.
romantic
The
Fire and Rain.
I know it's all one
Oh
thing.
no, I think you're thinking of the one that like Nick Jonas is singing to Dana, and
No.
it sounds
I
like
fast forward through that.
That
It's
one's
so
the one
cringe.
that's
that
like,
one's like it's like rip of "I'm Yours" by Jason
Yeah.
Mraz with like
Bobo.
Plain White Tees and Bruno Mars in there.
Yeah.
you know, it's like a combination.
They were
And
like,
it's just like I can't quite place it, but I know it's one of these
But
three.
but his was better
I don't think
because
so.
it's like I like cheese, but
I
only on
hate-
pizza.
hated that song. It was so
that
cringy.
was so stupid.
That
It
was
was
the
very
best song in the
cringy.
whole
Oh my
thing.
gosh, I had to fast forward the second time of
I
watching
feel like
it.
they
It was
were probably embarrassed doing that. I do think Camp Star's song was better.
Yeah, Camp
Oh,
Star
and the
won.
final
In the
jam.
final jam.
Yeah. It was better.
And this is also why there's no Camp Rock 3
This is why
because of how bad.
my notes
The
really
closed
tapered
Camp
off
Rock.
at the end.
Yeah.
I wrote,
Yeah.
this is a nonstop thrill ride with no thrills.
I did write that I was disappointed Demi lost 2 years in a row.
Oh yeah, she lost the
Yeah, she lost the first
Yeah.
one to that
What a
girl.
loser.
And the first one was definitely better.
Yeah, well, this one was like there was no charm at all, and we've seen it twice, and I forgot a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
So
I wrote the whole time I watched this, especially the second time through, I thought my time right now could definitely be spent better.
no, I don't think so.
I do think so.
What would be better than this?
The only thing this is better than is watching Captain Marvel.
Oh man,
Like,
shots fired.
I'd still choose this over Captain Marvel, but probably because this is shorter.
Not by much.
But I'd still choose it over
What
Captain
are your
Marvel.
final thoughts on this?
I'd choose it over Captain Marvel.
That's your final thoughts. What's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is that it's like unhealthy for teenagers to watch this movie because the relationship between Shane Gray and
What
Demi
rela-
Lovato
what
is so
relationship?
toxic.
It
like
is toxic.
Yeah, they're like, Demi's like, I'm never gonna pay attention to you, and he's like, please, like, I made this picnic. She's like, I can't. And then they sing the song about like nothing needs to change. And I'm like, actually, like Demi sucks.
It sounds like
yeah.
you need to make time for
Mitchie, excuse me.
She has like, she's like, you're dating this like huge pop singer who loves you, and he makes you like picnics and stuff, and you're just like, no, I'm good. This camp is
No.
more important. I'm like, you just started going
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
You've been there
she
once.
was only there once.
You've been
Yeah,
there once, and you're fine.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
place is fine.
I do think that, like, back to like the, I forgot how dramatic teen romance is, but I feel like it's stuff like this that makes people think romance is supposed to be dramatic.
yeah,
Especially
yeah.
like kids who have like never experienced, having like a real relationship or something.
Yeah.
And they think it's supposed to be this toxic
Also,
thing that it
didn't they
is.
like they
Yeah.
kind of hooked up the end of the first one for a little bit, and they're like, oh my gosh, we're so romantically linked, and then they didn't see each other for like a year.
Well, they were probably still texting.
They were
and stuff.
emailing.
They made it sound like they weren't. They were like, and then they were just like, I don't see you at all. I'm like, you think they'd be
Also,
inseparable at this point?
Well, you know what too though, with him being Shane Gray and like a huge pop star
That's his name, Shane Gray.
and everything,
He's
like
huge.
he could have like afforded to go visit Demi whenever he wanted.
What if he was on tour?
He
was on tour.
He
Yeah.
could have her come on weekends.
Come on tour. Yeah,
Yeah.
What is she doing though? How old are they? 15?
He's probably like 17,
30?
18.
I can't remember. Like, I feel like
He told me
was
they
she
were-
like a senior in high school? Was this like her last
Maybe.
year at camp? Because I can't.
Maybe.
She's
I
not
feel
allowed
like they
back.
established her age in Camp Rock 1.
If you told me they were 15, I'd be like, okay. If you told me they're 30, I'd be like, okay. I don't know.
Then they're qualified to be counselors.
It's like everyone looks all over the place sometimes, and like the backgrounds and stuff, the dancers. I'm just like, I can't tell how old anyone is in this movie.
So one thing I found out while I was watching this movie and trying to avoid watching it at the same time.
Yeah,
was
really. You're just on your phone. You're like, oh god, I hate this.
There was a Camp Rock tour that was happening between the two movies, and that like this was leading up to with like Demi Lovato and the Jonas Brothers and everything, but it was called the Camp Rock tour.
I mean,
Okay.
other final thoughts on this? It's just it's garbage. It's hot garbage.
I never need to watch this again.
No, it was,
I'm so happy we
I'm
finally
done,
did this, so I
yeah.
don't have to
I
watch it a
think-
third time.
I think this is my least favorite of all the DComs you've made me watch.
More than Jumping Ship.
More than Jumping Ship. That
I'd
movie
agree with
sucked.
that. I'd agree with that.
Like I'd rather watch the. Who was it?
Well, we only watched Camp Rock so that we could watch Camp Rock 2 for the Kardashians.
We needed
So
to get
bad.
to that moment.
Yeah,
It was so bad though.
the Kardashians would have made it better.
If they did
Yeah.
a version that has that in there, that'd be like at least to be like something you look forward to. Like
Oh, what if it's like
You're like, it's a
the
bad dinner, but the dessert's
Kardashians
gonna be good?
are like at Camp Star,
man, they're
and they're
counselors.
like the ones there, and you just splice it in with like episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
They're image
That would be
consultants.
perfect.
Yeah.
They're image consultants at the camp being like, this is how you guys need to brand yourself. Look at us. And like, I mean, they're not wrong. They're queens of branding. So
They are.
Kris
like-
Jenner would have a camp. Like, it should be her camp.
I would love to go to that camp.
Me too.
Camp Rock 3 is just the Jenners come in and they're just like, we're going to put you out of business. And they do. And like he's just like, I can't compete with this. Like Brown's like, I don't know, they won. Everyone wants to be at this camp.
Wait, which camp would you go to?
Between Camp Star,
Yeah.
Camp Rock, or Camp Kardashian.
Well,
I'd go to
Star
Camp
and Rock.
Kardashian.
Well, we'd all go to Camp Kardashian. We'd be like,
I don't
mean,
even like the Kardashians,
I just
but I
wanna see
respect
it.
it.
Respect the game. Oh, I go to Camp Rock. It's like way low key. The other one just seemed hoity toity. I don't want like that.
Yeah, I do Camp Rock.
Oh, you go to Camp
Okay.
Star.
Cassie wants that air conditioning.
I want the air conditioning.
Well,
yeah.
so it's 100%. They don't have air conditioning.
I
at
want to
Camp
play
Rock.
piano over the water.
Oh yeah, that's good. Can you play piano though?
I'm going to learn at Camp Star. That's the whole point.
It seems like everyone's top of their game already. Actually, when they go there, everyone's
These
top
camps
notch.
mean
the
nothing.
best of their
Yeah.
game. So I don't know. I mean, if there's no air conditioning, then maybe I change my answer. But it doesn't seem like they ever have fun. That was one of the things they're like, we don't do anything like this.
Yeah. And a lot of the Camp Star people went over to Camp Rock after.
That's
Like,
true.
Oh,
They're
this
like,
place is a
you guys look
real
like you
shit
have
show."
fun.
Yeah.
And that's what kids, teenagers want to do.
They need to have fun in the summer.
They need
Yeah.
fun in the summer and have a summer romance
Yeah.
and drama.
Drama.
And you need to have a illustrious career. So there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to unpack there. Was that guy the only one that was like, I need to like have this illustrious career? Everyone else is
No,
like,
Tess was like-
Tess is like, yeah, they're in the
maybe
same.
they were in the right camp then.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
for
yeah,
them.
those two are definitely.
Yeah.
I think they could have just gone all summer without talking or interacting with that camp and it would have just been fine.
Probably. Because I don't know that like Camp Star's goal was to put Camp Rock out of business.
Is rival camp a thing? That's not a thing.
I don't know.
There's no camp near each other like that. That doesn't make any sense. Unless this was a diabolical plan. This was like 5 years in the making. So, anyways, this movie
All right,
sucked. That's
well-
my final thought.
Yep.
Aligned.
Yeah, we're all aligned. We all hated it. 0 stars.
0 stars. All right.
I'll give it a half star for effort.
Okay.
You like that song.
I like that one.
The Jonas
the-
Brothers song.
The one I already forgot. And I'm just like, that one's fine, I guess. Maybe.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
buy
know.
us tickets to the Jonas Brothers next time they're in town.
Yeah.
Can I see that awesome solo that he ripped out the other day? Or I don't know when that was actually.
That was at an award show.
So bad. Anyways,
Um,
tell them where you can find us then.
You can find us online
Wow.
on our Instagram at Backlot Tours, on our website backlottours.com, and you can stream us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify.
Woo. Like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, follow, leave us a review.
Well, take us home.
There's a great big pretty okay tomorrow.
Shining at the end of every day.
Day.